Once upon a time, there lived a family. Their names are not important, at least not for this part of the story. The daughters in this family were as close as most sisters tend to be. Nonetheless, each of them had their own distinct qualities. The sisters belonged to an affluent family, and because of this, they attracted many an unwelcoming gaze from far and wide. Their mother knew how much her daughters were sought after. Over the years, she had been equally admired for her own wealth and the influence she possessed in the region. "You are powerful," she would remind her children. "You are powerful because you stand side by side. This will make others feel threatened, and they will want to destroy you in your relationship with one another because they want what you have. So long as you all stand united, you cannot be crippled. But so long as you are united, you will always be in danger." Their mother spoke from experience, for she had been assaulted countless times for the material assets she had amassed over the years. Their mother had spent most of her life protecting herself and her daughters from all sorts of threats, ranging from political to physical. Where their sisters lived didn't help their cause either. They were constantly exposed to the envious eye of those around them, and their privacy always invaded. However, it wasn't always so bad. Because of where they were located, they had welcomed many a weary traveller and been host to many sages and saints. They had enjoyed the company of these enlightened beings with whom they had the personal privilege of meeting and providing the hospitality to. Their encounters with the holy saints increased the popularity of their family, so much so that the sisters and their mother were often referenced in the work of the most famous writers in the land. Ballads, poems, and songs were written about them, and in fact still continue to be written about this famous family. The more the sisters and their mother were hailed through music and literature, the more others took notice of them. Vayu was always the first to know everything. During some of their darkest times, it was Vayu, the trusted family messenger and ally, who had kept the sisters informed of any talks being had about them. A few months before that fateful day, this very family was all that everyone seemed to be talking about, and what Vayu had heard was deeply disturbing. As time passed by, Vayu relayed to the family all the plans that were being made to ruin them. It brought him great distress to tell the daughters to be prepared for an inevitable betrayal from the people closest to them. Their mother's prophecy was fast becoming a reality. And that is exactly how that fateful day arrived, haphazardly and in haste. But when the fateful day eventually came, as their mother had forewarned, the sisters were powerless to stand united against the onslaught that followed. As Vayu had rightly informed them, they had ultimately been betrayed, and now nothing would ever be the same. The level of turmoil they witnessed shook them beyond repair. In the chaos that ensued, the sisters watched in horror as their mother was raped and then brutally maimed, her body carelessly hacked into 2 pieces. As for the sisters, they had finally been separated and sent to new homes. They would never see each other again. After that day of doom, even Vayu, their trusted friend and messenger, disappeared. Many years later, on a warm monsoon evening, Vayu decided it was now time to pay a brief visit to the 3 sisters in their new home. "Sisters, it has been too long. How have you all been?" The first sister replied, "It's difficult to forget what's happened. The trauma is so deeply etched into our spirit." Vayu remained silent. The soul-shattering screams and the savagery of the bloodthirsty perpetrators still haunt us to this very day. The second sister then spoke. "Tell us, Vayu, is it not true that when you move to a new place, everything ought to be different and unfamiliar? The sights, the sounds, the smells. Is that not how it should be? I have often contemplated this same question, said Vayu. And truth be told, your new home here isn't much different to where you used to live. The climate, landscape and food are all the same. It really puzzles me. I've heard grandparents singing the same lullabies to their children over here as they do there. They tell the same tragic love stories too. Speaking of lovers, even they sing the same songs in the streets and the wedding parties. The third sister sighed heavily and responded, How strange that everything seems familiar, yet so much has changed. Vayu agreed. It was all to be water under the bridge now. It's time to take my leave. In fact, I'm actually on my way to visit your two other sisters. They're not far from you. Would you like me to pass a message to them? Asked Vayu, god of the winds. The first sister stepped forward, wiping away the tears that began to flow. Yes, let them know that no matter what has happened, we can never truly be separated, because in the end, we all merge into the one source. Vayu then turned to the third sister and asked if she had anything to say. Well, Vayu, she paused for a brief moment before continuing. No matter how much time has passed since that bloody day in our family's history, not one single day goes by when we don't think of them, our dearest sisters, Sutlej and Beas.